resources that we have left for ourselves. But we are being labeled as xenophobic. And there's not a single government institution or person that stands up and says, no, but listen, South Africa now has the highest unemployment in the world. South Africans now don't have space in schools. Currently, we're sitting at around 11,000 children who are South Africans that don't have space in schools. But nobody echoes those things. Instead, the language that's being echoed is that of refugees. Oh, people are so poor in Zimbabwe. Oh, ZDPs are important because, oh, United Nations. Then you get, I hope they're here, this Human Rights Commission. I hope they're here, the Sena by the foundations. I hope that you're here, because my hope is that when we leave this session, you will, for a change, not look at the people that you have decided are the victims and neglected us. Because we're also victims in this case, but you don't listen to us. You don't listen when we tell you that in hospitals, there are grannies that die on the bleachers while waiting to access health care. You don't want to hear that. What you want to hear is Zimbabweans are poor. We know Zimbabweans are poor, but Zimbabwe is a democracy. When it's time for them to go and vote from Nangwawa or whoever they're voting for, they're never going there, they're here in South Africa. So how do you think you're affecting change in Zimbabwe by bringing in Zimbabweans here? What does it do to a South African who's got no other choice but to be in South Africa? We don't have any other country. This is our only country. Zimbabweans, if someone was to come here and take over our government, first thing in the morning, Zimbabweans will be gone to Zimbabwe. We don't have passports and documents to run anywhere. We'll have to stand here and fight as we did.
That those people who are marching every day.
Oh, march and march.
Yeah, and then because of that, I must change my position because of fools, illiterates, that make no reference to any law, immigration law, nothing. When you ask them, what do you need in law to be changed to accommodate what you are saying?
Yeah.
They drink Intelis. And then Intelis must change me. That someone is smoking Intelis, and then I must change my view.
Yeah.
Those traditional herbs they take
okay.
when they march, when you ask them questions, and then that must make me change. I can't change. There is no persuasive argument presented to make me change, except foolishness. And I'm not part of foolishness.
I see some countries have...
You ran away. You chose to run away and leave your kids, leave your mom, your friends, and everybody. We will never run away. I'm ready to die for this country. I'm ready to kill for this country. So, don't test us. Just shut up. Just watch us doing our thing. Because we are not touching you. This propaganda of xenophobia you are pushing and telling your presidents and everybody, you are wasting your time. We are here. We are teaching everyone. There's thousands of Phakela Mthakathis right now. So you can do whatever you want to do. There is thousands and thousands of Phakela Mthakathis in this country. And I'm telling you, if kwenzeka besibopha, you must never stop. If kwenzeka besibulala, you must never stop. Don't give them hope that if we die, this is going to stop. If they arrest us, this is going to stop. Never ever do that. This is not about me. It's about the country. Even if I'm dead, the country will still be here. Even if ngafa, lelizwe lizoqhubeka libe khona. Noma ngaboshwa, lelizwe lizoqhubeka libe khona. Ningalokothi. Ningalokothi. Ningabanaki, laba abathukayo ningabanaki. Nakanithina esinikhomba indlela ukuthi akubhekwephi. Sizolungisa izwe, sizobalekelela abaholi. Asizukuxabana nabaholi thina. Mina nje angizukuthuka umuntu, angizukulwa namuntu, angizukusho ukuthi ubani bani uyabheda. I will take my men and go point one building. Ngithi maphoyisa ngenani la kunama drugs la. Uma ningawatholanga ama drugs la, ngicela nibophe mina. Anginazo ikhathi zokumashela mahala mina.
I'd like to address this issue that is always thrown about BEE being an impediment to the growth of our economy. It is false, it is lies, and it is just a slogan. It has become a slogan. An honorable member, I'd like to give you just one example, just one sector, and that sector is mining. Pre-1994, and having been an organizer of mine workers, I should know. Pre-1994, the mining industry in our country was just controlled by 6 mega companies. They held all the mineral rights in South Africa, and they were tending to hold them in perpetuity. One of them actually once said, once we are given mineral rights, they become our rights forever, and they are like biltong, dried up biltong. We just cut what we want, eat it, and put it away. But when the democratic government changed the law and nationalized all the mineral rights in our country, it opened up space for black people to get into mining. Today, many black people are now in the mining industry. They are mining manganese, which they were not able even to get into. They are mining coal. They only participated in coal as workers. They are mining gold. They only were gold miners and not owners. Today, that industry has got more black entrepreneurs. Black mining companies, some of them are the biggest. For instance, Siriti, which is a coal mining company, is owned by black people. And how can anyone say that has impeded the growth of our economy? That company and many others, Harmony and others, they are expanding their operations. They are expanding the skill base in their companies. Where white people only did certain jobs, they've opened up. More and more black engineers are being employed at management level, and they are running those companies effectively. And more jobs are being created. So if people come with this fallacy that BEE is an impediment to the growth of the economy, go to the mining industry and see what this democratic government has done. It has changed the landscape of the mining industry, and black people are participating to full effect. I've often said, the apartheid era was so bad for our country because it only kept opportunities for a few people. Now, only 6 companies control the mining industry. Today, we've got tens and tens of black-owned companies operating in that industry, which has opened up space and making South Africa normal, rather than just making South Africa a country where only a few can participate. And I think those who say it's a holdback for economic growth should hang their heads in shame, because if they say so, it means that they wanted white people only to continue controlling the economy of our country. That cannot be, and that cannot be allowed. And we are not going to allow that. We are opening up space for black people to participate in the economy, and they have demonstrated. Siriti company alone is committing 6 billion rand building renewable energy in the Mpumalanga and the Limpopo area. What do you call that? It is growth, and it is being driven by those who have now been empowered. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
To treat this situation as if it is business as usual. On Friday, the Constitutional Court ruled that the president must be subjected to impeachment. What that effectively means there is sufficient grounds for him to be impeached. There is enough evidence for him to be impeached. Now, this is the first time the House is meeting after that ruling. Not even the Speaker is taking the nation into its confidence to say, as Parliament, we have formally charged the President, because an impeachment committee means the President is being charged. However, they want to downplay this crisis as if nothing is happening, as if there's no crisis. There is a crisis whereby in the 34 years of democracy, we have a president that is charged by Parliament. No matter what people can say about the other presidents, but they were never subjected to impeachment. This is the first president that is subjected to impeachment. And it's even worse, it is the president that is said to have been writing the constitution. Yet, the irony of him to have been breaking the constitution to an extent that he's going to be impeached. So what we're saying to the media today, report accurately that these parties in the Progressive Caucus do not want this issue to be downplayed. We know that many of the media houses in our country, they are funded by the very same companies and people that actually want Ramaphosa to continue as president. Therefore, your framing and your narrative will protect him. Yet, the crisis that we're sitting in, we can't allow to be addressed by someone who's charged by Parliament, especially someone who disrespects Parliament, because he's elected to take Parliament to court, he's elected to try and stop Parliament from doing what Parliament is supposed to be doing. So that is our view on the matter, but we do want to emphasize this point, report accurately. That man sitting inside answering questions has got no moral authority to stand in that house and address people, yet he is subject to impeachment.
You won't maneuver.
There's no way. Ramaphosa is going to jail. It might not
is
happen
there a
now.
history of that in terms of our legal system? I mean, just yesterday, the court has now said enough with Zuma, Stalingrad. Come 2nd of February, the trial is starting. It took 20 years, I mean, almost literally, right? Is there, in your view, a possibility that that's what Cyril Ramaphosa will try and do?
Well,
Instead of going to jail, as you are predicting.
That's why I said to you, it doesn't matter how long it takes. Jail is going. Only death will save him. But jail is going. Look at Zuma, 20 years. You can count so many years. He can go and interdict that judgment and then proceed with those appeals and what.
Yeah.
He will still have to stand trial. It's unavoidable. So it's a waste of time. What do you do? Ramaphosa, then people say, no, this is not about the president. Or it's about what? Because they voted against the panel report because it said Ramaphosa must be subjected to impeachment. So everything has got to do with Ramaphosa.
Yeah.
So that judgment, you might say, procedurally, they were saying the parliament did not follow procedure.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's Ramaphosa. But where the Constitutional Court now says, straight. It's like monopoly. Don't claim 4 rand. Straight.
Go straight to jail.
Straight to jail. It says straight to impeachment. Not the speaker will determine whether there's impeachment or they don't say many things.
But what about
Straight
him taking it to
impeachment.
review? Because they did open that,
but also
that window.
No, they say in the absence of the court order, no one can stop that impeachment. So the review is not a court order. No. A review is not a court order. There must be a judge, like Judge Ludwaba, who said the CR17 is sealed in the office. There must be a judge who says impeachment is stopped until the review is heard.
And that is unlikely to happen because that was a decision of a highest court.
You have to go there. You have to the highest court.
To ask them to stop their own decision.
You have to go because there's no lower court that is going to say to the higher court, your decision
Stop
must
what you're
not be
doing.
implemented.
Yeah.
No, you must go to the higher court. Ordinarily, president knows that for him to stop that thing, he has to go to the constitutional
Politically,
court.
is it strategic for the media? I think more than 4 newspapers went to print a photo of Nkandla and said, with a big headline, arrest us. And today I want to say to a public protector, come and arrest me now. Because I want to tell you, you are a disgrace. You are a public protector. of a public that doesn't feel protected, of a public that have crooks as police, of a public that are raped repeatedly, 10,000 rapes in 3 months. You have never threatened those rapists. You've never threatened those crooks. You've never threatened these thugs who are supposed to be police. But at the inkling of probably being criticized because of the Constitutional Court judgment that shows you for what you are, you threaten the public and say, if you insult the public protector, I'm going to arrest you. Come and arrest us. Start with us now. We don't even have time to do the second episode. Come and arrest us. Because you are a disgrace. And it's interesting that some people are left just to get away with murder. I mean, this public protector, we've got a Secretary of Parliament whose salary has been doubled in the few months. The guy, that post is supposed to earn about 2-point-something million. He's at 5 million, 2 times the president. And a person who's supposed to be a protector of the public purse is in love with this person and says, no, it's my boyfriend, don't bother me. And nobody's saying it. It's not a headline. the lady is in love with the speaker or the Secretary of Parliament and chooses that instead of protecting you and me. But you and I get a letter from her saying, don't insult me or you'll be arrested. And then you think the freedom of expression is not under threat. It is. You've got a president who sits in an NEC meeting. It's actually ridiculous. Says, TV stations don't have a right to be negative, after all, the NC is a governing party, they must not be so negative towards us. This is a person who hardly takes questions from the media when he does so-called family meetings.